Hi, welcome to another episode of Tind and Travel. Today's trip is to Kanchipuram. We are actually on the way to Mahabalipuram. Thought of visiting the age-old temples on the way to Mahabalipuram. We started early, around 2:30 from Bangalore. Kanchipuram is a temple city in Tamil Nadu, located 76 kilometers from Chennai, 280 kilometers from Bangalore. It is one of the most sacred cities in South India and the second holiest after Varanasi. Kanchipuram is also known as the city of 1,000 temples. We reached here, time is 6:15 now. We are in front of Egambaranadar temple, Kanchipuram. From here, the plan is to visit 9 all temples in Kanchipuram and continue our journey to Mahabalipuram. Roads are very good. It won't take much time to reach here. So actually from Kayarpuram it is 253 kilometers. We took less than 4 hours to reach here. Reached early. Sky is clear. Temperature is 21 degrees Celsius now. We are in front of Egambaranadar Swami temple. You can see behind. First we are going there. Egambaranadar temple. This temple is dedicated to Lord Shiva. It houses 4 gateway towers known as Gopurams. The tallest is the southern Gopuram with 11 stories and a height of 58.5 meters, making it one of the tallest temple towers in India. It is significant to Saivism as one of the temples associated with the 5 elements, the Panchabhuta Sthalas, and specifically the element of earth or Prithvi. Shiva is worshipped as Egambaranadar and is represented by the Lingam, with his idol referred as Prithvi Lingam. His consort Parvati is depicted as Egavar Kurali. This temple opens at 6 am. It has 6 daily rituals at various times from 5:30 am to 10 pm. Its original structure was built by the Pallava dynasty in the 6th century and underwent major changes under the rule of Tanjavur Nayaks. During this period, the Gopuram was constructed. Temple is spread across 25 acres, making it the largest place of worship in Kanchipuram. The present masonry structure was built during the Chola dynasty in 9th century, while the later expansions are attributed to Vijayanagara rulers. The temple is maintained and administered by Hindu Religious and Charitable Endowments Department of Government of Tamil Nadu. This vast temple is one of the most ancient in India, has been in existence since at least 600 AD. 2nd century AD, Tamil poetry speaks of Kamakotam and Kumarakotam, currently Kamakshi Amman Temple and the Subramanya Temple. The temple finds mention in the classic Tamil Sangam literature dated 300 BCE like Manimegalai and Perumbanaru Pattai. Initially, the temple was built by Pallavas. The Vedantist Kanjiyappar served as a priest at this temple. The existing structure then was pulled down and rebuilt by the later Chola kings. Adi Shankara, the 10th century saint, got Kanchipuram remodeled along with the expansion of this temple, along with Kanchi Kamakshi Amman temple and Varadaraja Perumal temple with the help of local rulers. There are inscriptions dated 1532 indicating the gift of number of villages made by Achyutaraya. Veera Narasimharaya Selovanayaka, who was directed by Achyutaraya, broke the royal order by giving more lands to this temple than the Varadaraja Swami temple against the instruction of an equal gift to either of the temples. Achyutaraya, on hearing this, equally distributed the lands to both the temples. The Vijayanagar kings during the 15th century also made lot of contribution to the temple, and later developed by Panjiyappa Mudaliyar, used to go regularly from Chennai to Kanchipuram to worship in this temple. He spent significant money for the temple renovation. At the later stage, a similar temple with the same name, Egambaranatha temple, was constructed in Chennai by Panjiyappa Mudaliyar in order to avoid travelling time to Kanchipuram. The Archaeological Survey of India report of 1905-1906 indicates widespread renovation activities carried out in the temple by Nattukotte Chettiars. The Sthala Vriksham or temple tree is believed to be a 3,500-year-old mango tree whose branches are said to yield 4 different types of mangoes from its 4 branches. Legend has it that once Parvati, the consort of Shiva, wanted to expiate herself from sin by doing penance under the temple's ancient mango tree near Vedavati river. To test her devotion, Shiva sent fire on her. Goddess Parvati prayed to her brother Vishnu for help. To save her, he took the moon from Shiva's head and showed the rays, which then cooled down the tree as well as Parvati. Shiva again sent the river Ganga to disturb Parvati's penance. Parvati requested to Ganga and convinced her that both of them were sisters and so should not harm her. Subsequently, Ganga did not disturb her penance and Parvati made a Shivalinga out of the sand to get united with Shiva. The god here came to be known as Egambaranatha or Lord of Mango Tree. According to another legend, it is believed that Parvati worshipped Shiva in the form of a Shivalingam or a lingam improvised out of sand under a mango tree. Legend has it that the neighboring Vedavati river overflowed and threatened to engulf the Shivalingam, and that Parvati embraced the lingam. Shiva, touched by the gesture, materialized in person and married her. In this context, he is referred to as Taluva Kudainthar, he who melted in her embrace in Tamil. With this, we are done with the largest temple in Kanchipuram. Now we are heading to the oldest temple in Kanchipuram, another temple which is dedicated to Lord Shiva. It is one of the earliest example of Pallava architecture. Kailasanadar Temple, located around 2 kilometers from Egambaranatha Temple. It is dedicated to Lord Shiva and is known for its historical importance. The temple was built from 685 to 705 AD by Rajasimha, Narasimhavarman II, ruler of the Pallava dynasty. The low-slung sandstone compound contains a large number of carvings, including many half-animal deities, which were popular during the early Pallava architectural period. The structure contains 58 small shrines, which are dedicated to various forms of Shiva. The temple is one of the most prominent tourist attractions of Kanchipuram. This temple is located on the banks of the Vedavati river at the western limits of the Kanchipuram. It faces east. Its location, demarcated according to the religious faiths, is one of the three Kanchis. The Shiva Kanchi, the other two Kanchis are Vishnu Kanchi and Jain Kanchi. The Kailasarnatha temple, Lord of the Cosmic Mountain, was built in the tradition of Samrada worship of Shiva, Vishnu, Devi, Surya, Ganesha and Kartikeya in Hinduism. Temple construction is credited to the Pallava dynasty, who had established their kingdom with Kanchipuram, also known as Kanchi or Shiva Vishnu Kanchi, as the capital city, considered one of the 7 sacred cities under Hinduism. In Kanchi, after the Pallavas expanded their territories to the north, west, south, both within Tamil, Andhra and Kannada territories, under Emperor Narasimhavarman I, they started expanding their capital city of Kanchipuram and built many temples of great magnificence. Among the two unique specimens of temple architecture of the period 640 and 730 AD are Vaikunta Perumal temple and the Kailasanathar temple. It is the first structural temple built in South India by Narasimhavarman II. His son Mahendravarman III completed the front portion and the Gopuram. The Kailasarnatha temple became the trend sector for the other similar temples in South India. It is believed that Rajaraja Chola first visited the temple and drew inscription from this temple to build the Brihateshwara temple. The temple's sanctum sanctorium contains a unique 16-sided Shivalinga representing Lord Shiva carved out of black granite. However, the structure's most striking attribute is its subshrines, with numerous pillars decorated with sculptures or reliefs of minor deities. Currently, this temple is maintained by Archaeological Survey of India. Mahashivratri is the biggest festival held in the temple, when thousands of devotees visit the temple in the evening hours to offer prayers to the main deity. We spent more than an hour here. It was really a great experience. This is the end of this episode. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day. Stay tuned for upcoming episodes.